It's okay not to be okay. What do I mean by that? Well, it's all about being real with yourself. It's all about being true to your own heart. Whether it be through the breakup of a marriage, family alienation, or the death of a loved one, loss is a terrible, painful experience. No matter how prepared that we are, the pain of loss, the pain of bereavement hits with the force of a sledgehammer. You see, it's okay not to be okay. Give your heart permission to heal by giving yourself permission to feel. Do not resist those emotions. Rather, acknowledge them. Rather, embrace them, as unpleasant as it is. We have to go through in order to come through. There's no getting around it. What we evade today will confront us tomorrow. Those feelings that we suppress or that we mask will confront us if we fail to address them. Don't listen to people that say, oh, well, you should have gotten over it by now. Let me say, there is no getting over it. There is no getting over the pain of loss. There is only a working through. Feelings of sadness, anger, and depression are common in the aftermath. Even feelings of guilt. Guilt may be unwarranted, but acknowledge it. Do not fight those feelings. They point the way through. Somebody said it's like going through a dark tunnel where there's light at the end. Yes, I can identify with that. I lost my mother earlier this year to Alzheimer's disease. Yes, and there are times, even now, when I still feel that sadness. There are times when I feel fine, and yet, all of a sudden, like a wave out of nowhere, that feeling of sadness, that feeling of emptiness will come right over me, out of nowhere. This is perfectly normal. See, it's okay not to be okay. Some of us, we wish we could go back to those memorable occasions, such as Christmas, when we should have showed appreciation, but failed to do so. But now we can't go back. The only way is forward. Still, one might find their thoughts taking a sentimental journey down memory lane. And that's okay. You may want to view some videos when you are ready of your loved one. But it has to be in your time. You see, when dealing with the pain of loss, when dealing with grief, when dealing with bereavement, whatever you want to call it, there is no set duration of time. Your experience is as individual as what you are. So do not let anyone say to you, oh, you should have gotten over that by now. There is no getting over it. I'll say again. You have to work through it. You have to go through in order to come through. But yes, you may want to view some videos. And this can play an important part in the process of healing. Because through remembering, through allowing yourself to take that journey, as painful as it is, it's all a part of putting things into true perspective. It is. It's very much like doing a defrag of on the computer, right? That takes time. And it's the same with your experience as well. Allow yourself time. There is a time to mourn loss. It's okay not to be okay. I'll say it again. Give your heart permission to heal by allowing yourself to feel. Right? At the end of the day, let me encourage you by saying that you are doing fine. No, I didn't say feeling fine. You might be feeling terrible. But you are doing fine. Why? How can I say that? Because healing, it's a process. It cannot be hurried. Let me say again, by giving your heart permission to feel, you are giving yourself permission to heal. I cannot overemphasize this. It is imperative that you surround yourself with the right people. People that have been through the experience themselves. Let's be real. Loss at some time is going to touch all of our lives. Whether we like to admit it or not, that's the reality. And let me say, we all are going to be confronted by this reality at some time in our experience. But it's imperative to surround yourself with the right people. People that will sit with you. People that will listen. Don't expect them to come up with answers. Yes, you're going to have many questions. Loss leaves a person in the aftermath with many an unanswered question. But at such times, in such seasons, the least said is often better. You see, it's okay not to be okay. Job's friends did fine until they opened their mouths. See, when people start searching for answers, and when people start talking, they're likely to come up with the wrong answer. And that can only compound the problem. So the least said is often better by far. Just be with those people that will be there for you. Be with those that are going to walk every step of the way by your side through the valley. Yes, there will be a point of exit. And we usually emerge different than before. You see, life has changed, and so must we. After losing my mother, I find that I am that much less of a sentimentalist at heart these days than what I once was. But that's okay. Acknowledge the change. Not all change is bad. So embrace that change rather than resist it. It's necessary. It's a necessary part of growth with every transition that we make in this life. We are growing. We are emerging all that more equipped than what we thought that we would ever be. So give yourself room and space to grow through this transition of change. It's difficult, I know. Life is not the same as it used to be. It cannot be. But through it, we are moving ever nearer toward that point of resolution, towards that point of closure, towards that point of acceptance. And there is a beauty in letting go. Look at the season of autumn as an example. Because there is a releasing of ourselves when we let go. No, we will never forget about those people who we lost. Yes, they may be in a better place, but at the end of the day, we have both known what it is to have loved and then to have lost. So it's okay not to be okay. Keep moving through the pain. Keep walking. You're going somewhere. You're going somewhere good. I wish you all the very best on your journey. Take care. Look after yourself.